It's been a while since I've just done a video and not a live stream, so I thought I'd do that right now. And it's so funny because I come to this place here, I mean, kind of paradise-ish. It's, look at the swing. I'll just sit on the swing. How about that? Right there. But this, that, the tree, this is just my favorite time of year too. I just wanted to at least address the race wars and whatnot, right? This Geairge Floyd, get on the swing, Geairge Floyd, and whether or not it's real, I have no idea. Seems to me like there's a lot of conflicting information about all of it, right? But here's what I'm beginning to learn, and that is that sometimes we can get caught up in the details of the conflicting information, meaning, well, Geairge was a Freemason, and so was his dad, and that snapshot of the police officer doesn't look anything like the police officer if you compare them side to side. But let's just put that aside for now, right? Ultimately, I really do believe that there has been in society a lot of racism. I've seen it. You want to know how I've seen it? I moved to Atlanta to do a show called Design to Sell, and I became friends with this girl, and she's like, we went out for the first time, and she goes, oh, we can't go to that bar after 6 because it gets dark. And I said, no, it doesn't. It's summer. It doesn't get dark until like 10. And she goes, no, I mean, it gets dark. And I just went, oh, wow. I've never experienced that in LA. You're kind of racist. And that was only a couple years ago. So it does exist. It really does. So I thought I would share something with you guys that is not so much conspiracy as it is a beautiful lesson. And I think you'll enjoy it like I did. Got a quick ad that I think a lot of people that feel different in general for whatever reason, whether because they came from somewhere else or because they have a different idea and belief system than somebody else. And I think that especially people who are labeled conspiracy theorists, we get this idea that we're freaks, right? And no matter what, there's been people that have felt like they've been looked at in a bad way by society because they're different. So whether it's racism, culture, people who have different thoughts and ideas like Galileo or some of the biggest scientists or forward thinkers of all time, people were murdered for their beliefs, and then found out later that they actually knew what they were talking about. So this is for anybody that it feels like they've been looked upon differently. Yeah, racism is still very prevalent, but if I had a teacher like this, how cool. The video you're about to see is a teacher that gave kids while they're still in their youth, so they were still able to be imprinted, right? And not with an agenda of information that if you memorize enough and you memorize it perfectly and regurgitate it on a test, you're considered smart. No. This teacher, and looks like it was back in the 50s, she was very forward thinking and had them experience as a child what it's like to be ousted in society. And I love the way she did it. And I don't know if you've ever seen this video before, but I thought I'd share it because I'm trying to go outside the box rather than just give you my opinion or ideas about what we really think happened with Geairge Floyd. I think there's a bigger lesson to learn in all of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I did. That's what I had to say.
Does anybody know what it is?
National Brotherhood.
National Brotherhood Week. What's brotherhood? Treat everyone as though he was your brother. And is there anyone in this United States that we do not treat as our brothers?
Yes.
Who?
The
Black people. Who else?
Indians.
Absolutely the Indians. Many places in the United States. How are black people treated? How are Indians treated? How are people who are of a different color than we are treated?
They don't get anything in this world.
Why is that?
Because they're different colors.
You think you know how that would feel to be judged by the color of your skin? I don't. Do you think you do? No, I don't think you'd know how that felt unless you had been through it, would you? It might be interesting to judge people today by the color of their eyes. Would you like to try this?
Yeah!
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Since I'm the teacher and I have blue eyes, I think maybe the blue-eyed people should be on top the first day. I mean, the blue-eyed people are the better people in this room. Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Blue-eyed people are smarter than brown-eyed people. This is a fact. The brown-eyed people do not get to use the drinking fountain. You'll have to use the paper cups. You brown-eyed people are not to play with the blue-eyed people on the playground. Well, the brown-eyed people in this room today are going to wear collars so that we can tell from a distance what color your eyes are. You ready, Laurie?
Brown-eyed.
She's a brown-eyed. You'll begin to notice today that we spend a great deal of time waiting for brown-eyed people. I don't see the yardstick, do you?
It's coming over there. Hey, Miss Knight, you better keep that on your desk. Look, the brown-eyed people get out of hand.
Oh, you think if the brown-eyed people get out of hand, that would be the thing to use. Who goes first to lunch?
Blue-eyed.
The blue-eyed people. Blue-eyed people may go back for seconds. Brown-eyed people do not.
Brown-eyed.
Don't you know?
Oh, they're not smart. And it seemed like when we were down on the bottom, everything bad was happening to us.
The way they treated you, you felt like you didn't even want to try to do anything.
It seemed like Mrs. Elliott was taking our best friends away from us.
What happened at recess? Were two of you boys fighting?
Russell called me names and I hit him in the gut.
What did he call you?
Brown eyes. They always call us that. They keep calling us brown eyes.
What's wrong with being called brown-eyed?
It means that we're stupider.
I watched what had been marvelous, cooperative, wonderful, thoughtful children turn into nasty, vicious, discriminating little third graders in a space of 15 minutes. Yesterday, I told you that brown-eyed people aren't as good as blue-eyed people. That wasn't true. I lied to you yesterday. The truth is that brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people. Russell, where are your glasses?
I forgot them.
You forgot them. And what color are your eyes?
Blue.
Susan Ginder has brown eyes. She didn't forget her glasses.
Yeah.
Russell Ring has blue eyes, and what about his glasses?
He forgot them.
He forgot them. Yesterday we were visiting, and Greg said, "Boy, I like to hit my little sister as hard as I can. That's fun." What does that tell you about blue-eyed people?
They're naughty.
The brown-eyed people may take off their collars, and each of you may put your collar on a blue-eyed person. The brown-eyed people get 5 extra minutes of recess. You blue-eyed people are not allowed to be on the playground equipment. You blue-eyed people are not to play with the brown-eyed people. Brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people. They're smarter than blue-eyed people. And if you don't believe it, look at Brian. I used Orton Gillingham Phonics. We used the card pack. The brown-eyed children were in the low class the first day, and it took them 5.5 minutes to get through the card pack. The second day, it took them 2.5 minutes. The only thing that had changed was the fact that now they were superior people. You went faster than I've ever had anyone go through the card pack. Why couldn't you get them yesterday?
We had those collars on.
You think the collars kept you?
We just keep thinking about those collars.
Oh, and you couldn't think as well with the collars on. 4 minutes and 18 seconds. How long did it take you yesterday?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. How long did it take you today?
4 minutes and 18 seconds.
What happened?
One down.
What were you thinking of?
This.
I hate today.
How do you do? I hate too.
Because I'm blue-eyed.
See, I am too.
There's nothing, it's not funny, it's not fun, it's not pleasant. This is a filthy, nasty word called discrimination. We're treating people a certain way because they are different from the rest of us. Is that fair?
No.
Nothing fair about it. We didn't say this was going to be a fair day, did we?
No.
And it isn't. It's a horrid day. Okay, you ready? What did you people who are wearing blue collars now find out today?
I know what they felt like yesterday.
I did too. How did they feel yesterday?
Down. Like a dog on a leash. Yeah. Like you're chaining them up into prison. And you're throwing the key away.
Should the color of some other person's eyes have anything to do with how you treat them?
No.
All right, then should the color of their skin?
No.
Should you judge people
No.
by the color of their skin?
No.
When you see a black man or an Indian or someone walking down the street, are you going to say, look at that silly looking thing?
No.
Does it make any difference whether their skin is black or white?
No.
Or yellow?
No.
Or red?
No.
Is that how you decide whether people are good or bad?
No.
Is that what makes people good or bad?
No.
Now you know a little bit more than you knew at the beginning of this week?
Yes.
Okay, now are you back?
Yes.
That feel better?
Yes.
Does the color of eyes that you have make any difference in the kind of person you are?
No.